What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some new blue-green Digimon we need to talk about. These are actually from the upcoming BT8, they're not from that blue-green starter deck, which is also, blue and green, which is kind of cool. And it includes Imperialdramon Fighter Mode, who is on the BT8 booster pack, so you know that one's going to be good. And we've got a brand new keyword skill to talk about as well. If I may say so, this is a particularly exciting video. But we need to start off with Imperialdramon, because that's the one what's got the new keyword skill. So here we've got ourselves a level 4 blue-green Digimon. We've got a 5 cost to play normally, which is moderately expensive, 5,000 power, which is moderately powerful, and a 3 cost to Digivolve, which is expensive. Level 4 should be a 2 cost to Digivolve. And even though it's a dual-color Digimon, you can only Digivolve from green, you can't Digivolve from blue. Which is actually a really big problem, because it can be a 2 cost to Digivolve, but only from Vmon. And if we go over to digimoncard.dev right now, which is the best place to look this stuff up, and incidentally have provided our translations for these cards, and we go and search for Vmon, we find that there are multiple Vmon, but they're all blue. And what's super annoying is we've actually got the Vmon, which came around in that green-blue starter deck, which fits beautifully here. Because when you play it, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you add a free type card among them to your hand. And Imperialdramon Fighter Mode here absolutely is a free type Digimon. And Vmon can Digivolve from blue or green. It's one of the things I said was so good about the starter decks, the fact that even when the Digimon aren't dual color, because they can Digivolve from either color, that actually kind of fixes it. Because it means you can mix and match as you go up through the evolution line. Well, the problem here is that it only Digivolves some green. So all these Vmon we've seen so far, including the one that actually has really good chemistry, they can't Digivolve. Now, I could be wrong, and it could be allowed to Digivolve from a Vmon. That skill might be saying, Digivolve from Vmon for 2 cost, ignoring any color requirements or Digivolution requirements. But when cards are ignoring the Digivolution requirements, it generally says so. And it doesn't say so here. I mean, obviously, that's got to mean we're getting a green Vmon in the set, right? Like, I can't be the only one that thinks this is essentially confirming we're going to get a green Vmon. But we got multiple Vmon already, and not being able to combo with them makes me genuinely sad. The good news is, we do actually have a new keyword skill here as well. It's Armor Release. When this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash the top card of this Digimon to prevent this Digimon from being deleted. So you've got a level 4 here, and anytime this would be deleted, and to be clear, and also the lovely Jason Snowjacks of the Facebook group has told us this actually translates more as Armor Purge, which does, to be fair, seem more appropriate. But anytime you would be deleted, you just trash Imperialdramon, but you keep the level 3 underneath, you keep the Digimon, which incidentally is really important, because things like you don't have to then play a new Digimon that can't attack this turn, etc, etc. So I kind of like this. This Armor Purge, Armor Release, seems like a really, really strong skill, which I'm honestly kind of a pretty big fan of. This seems good. And it doesn't seem to suggest it's only under certain circumstances, so essentially what that means is, if I'm attacking the stack, or my opponent's attacking me, or my opponent plays an option card, or in any way, shape or form, if it would be deleted, you've got a chance to save it. That seems really good to me. And when you're Digivolving, you may suspend one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. This is clearly a green skill. This is what green Digimon do. It's not stunning because it's only level 4 or below, but it's still a very useful skill. It's going to be really good in a bunch of matchups. It's not always going to work. There's not always going to be things that you can suspend, and that's really sad. But in times when you can, this is going to be a rather large advantage. Armor Release is clearly what's super exciting about Imperialdramon, But don't lose out on this when digivolving skill, because that's actually kinda cool. But the one we're super excited about here is Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. 12 cost to play normally is quite high, 13,000 power is high, and 5 cost to digivolve from either blue or green. Well, yeah. And to be fair, 13,513 is now the general big level 6. So 12,13,5 is actually a little bit lower, so yay. To be fair, you don't want to hardcast this. This is one you do want to be digivolving. And it can digivolve, like I say, from blue or green, and that is a rather large advantage. And again, it's got this skill like we just saw a second ago on Raidramon, whereby you can digivolve from Dragon Mode for just a 2 cost, which is quite nice. This makes me kind of happy. However, do remember that Dragon Mode is a level 6 Digimon. We saw Dragon Mode, for instance, in BT3, and then we saw it again in BT3, but as green rather than blue. Then we saw it in EX1. So we've seen 3 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. They've all been level 6s. What that means is, no, this doesn't actually give you a cheaper evolution into a level 6, because you are digivolving from level 6s. What it means is it gives you extra options. It gives you a big level 6 that you can digivolve. It's almost like a pseudo level 7. Now, 13,000 power is admittedly low for a level 7, I grant you, but you're still gaining a boost in power, because all of your fighter mode, you know, there's a couple at 12, but you don't see them going up to 13. Actually, I lied, there's also one from the starter deck I didn't yet mention. So, yeah, we've actually got 4 different options for Dragon Mode, which is kind of cool. And it gives you extra skills, and you're digivolving up, so you'll get to draw a card and all of that. So it's a little bit weird. It would be nice if we could cheat the evolution a bit up from a level 5 rather than a level 6. But make no mistake about it, this is still a pretty cool thing that we can go and do. And then we get to the other skills. When you're digivolving, you may return one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 power or less to their owner's hands. And again, this isn't always going to be perfect, but this is going to be pretty good. General rule is you'll get level 5s, you won't get level 6s or 7s. But this is still pretty gosh darn good, quite frankly. This is still pretty cool. And it takes one of their threats off the board. I mean, a lot of the time here, what you're going to hopefully be able to do is get rid of your opponent's level 5 before they're able to digivolve it up into a level 6, which is clearly a very, very good thing. So I like this. It's not a phenomenal skill. I don't think it really marks this out as some kind of like brilliant over-the-top broken card, but I do think it's pretty cool. And then when you are attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has a blue Digivolution card, unsuspend one of your Digimon. And if this Digimon has a green Digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. And this is it, right? This is one of the earliest reveals, and we know the early reveals tend to be of the stronger cards. This is a Digimon that's on the booster pack artwork, which again suggests it's going to be a strong card, and this is the reason why. The other 2 skills were kind of fun, but this is when we look at the card and go, oh, okay, that's why Bandai are telling us to get excited about this card. Because seriously, right, revealing it early, putting it on the booster pack art, you'd better believe Digimon are telling us to get excited about this card. And this is brilliant. And once again, we've got a DualColor Digimon, and we are very much being poked and prodded to play DualColor Digimon. That's the goal here. That's what they want to do. And honestly, this makes me want to play a DualColor deck. Because then every time I attack, I get to unsuspend one of my Digimon. And again, it says one of your Digimon, not one of your other Digimon, so it can be this, although the skill is obviously once per turn. And I get to suspend one of my opponent's Digimon. So I get an extra attack, and I get one of their Digimon taken off the board. Now, obviously, they unsuspend at the start of their turn, but suspending a blocker, cool. Now they can't block me. Suspending one of their Digimon so that I can then attack it and take it out, because remember, you're generally only allowed to attack suspended Digimon. These are good reasons to play this card, and I love it. And now I'm thinking, well, maybe you play an Imperialdramon Dragon Mode deck, which in and of itself is pretty gosh darn good. Remember the one from BT3, the blue one, when you Digivolve, all your Digimon with jamming become active, which is kind of nuts. And then you can Digivolve up into this for a 2 cost. And to be fair, there's a decent chance there's a new Dragon Mode in the set. Given that this skill revolves around Dragon Mode, you got to think it's a possibility. And then you get that awesome skill every turn when you attack. Yeah, that is why this is such an exciting card. Now, they have also gone and shown us Davis Motomiya and Ken Ichiuchi, which is a lovely new pair of, well, it's a dual tamer, which we've seen before, but we've not actually seen a DualColor Tamer before. As far as I am aware, and correct me in the comment section if I'm mistaken about this, although we've had those 2 DualColor starter decks, we've not seen a DualColor Tamer in either of those decks. They may be in there, but we've not actually seen them yet. And what we've got is a 4 cost to play, which is on the high end, and it is a blue and green tamer, and it's got that same security skill where you pay it without playing its cost. We don't need to talk about much there. But at the start of your main phase, if you have blue Digimon in play, you gain a memory, and if you have green Digimon in play, you gain a memory. Yes, we don't need a ruling on this. If you've got both blue and green Digimon in play, you gain 2 memory. Yes, if you have a dual-color Digimon like Imperialdramon Fighter Mode, that is both a blue and a green Digimon, so it will itself gain you 2 memory. And this isn't terribly unique. We've seen that these dual tamers tend to give you 2 memory. That's kind of their shtick, but it's still giving you 2 memory at the start of every turn. That's pretty gosh darned awesome. Oh yeah, and on your turn, when your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon that has 2 or more colours, you may suspend this tamer to unsuspend that tamer. Now, very important to note, because I know a bunch of people are going to be worrying about this. Hang on a second. 2 or more colours? Does that mean they're planning a 3-colour Digimon? Maybe, maybe not. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know. But it doesn't mean that they are. All it means is they are leaving the door open. This is a classic example of future-proofing language. They are phrasing it like this so that in the future, if they want to, they've got the option, and this card will still interact with it, rather than having to either issue erratas or see a bunch of cards not work in the way they intended. It's future-proofing. At this stage, we have no proof it's anything more than that. But this is still amazing, right? Because I Digivolve into an Imperialdramon Fighter Mode, and here's the thing, right? I might have a level 6 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode, and I attack with it, and life is good. I then Digivolve into Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. Oh, it's got 2 or more colours. I can unsuspend that Digimon. Brilliant. So now I've attacked on my level 6. I've now got a new level 6. And again, this is a good reason to Digivolve a 6 into a 6. Because you get to attack with both of them, and attacking with a 5 is a little bit risky. Attacking with 6, way less risky. But then when I attack, I've got a blue Digivolution card, so I unsuspend it, and I basically get 3 attacks with my level 6 in the same turn. That's why we get excited. The gaining the memory with Davis and Ken is lovely, and I enjoy it. It's a lovely bonus. It pretty much essentially makes the tamer free to play after 2 turns. And then from then, it's all pure profit. But the fact that I can unsuspend a Digimon and Imperialdramon Fighter Mode will then unsuspend again, yes, that is a reason to get pretty gosh darned excited. I told you this was going to be an exciting video, and I showed you a Digimon with a new keyword skill, a very exciting new level 6, and the first dual-color tamer, which also looks a little bit nuts. I like to think I've delivered on that, ladies and gentlemen, and I say it like I had any say in the cards. It's just Digimon showing us cool cards that I then get to share with you, and that makes me very happy indeed. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know, quite frankly, anything you want to tell me, so go nuts in the comment section. But be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.